Another dead Asian in my life. Another Asian man cut down way too early in his life. We're talking early 30s. And I grew up with, a couple very close friends of mine Asian men who died way too early. One in college, and one after he had a wife and a child, and it wasn't some freak accident. It was people don't want to believe that we have the same problems that everyone else has, the same family pressures, the same pressures to succeed, the same drug issues. Drugs are everywhere these days. The government's not going to stop it. They're only encouraging it. And, Asians, just like everyone else, get tempted once or twice and they end up addicted. Asians get, thrown into the pool of the unemployed by all sorts of various means. One huge one is that, they're blocking us. Affirmative action is blocking us from college and from getting jobs. We have to slam on a 12-foot goal, and white people get to use the regular 10-foot goals, and then there may be other groups that only have to slam on an 8-foot goal. And so that may very well have been the case in this situation. I wasn't very close to this young man, but I learned a little bit about his circumstances, and I knew that he was trying to get somewhere in his life, but it's hard when you're trying to get an education, but the system doesn't want Asians. They want a certain number of Asians, but they want to really make it extremely difficult for Asians to get an education beyond high school. Of course, high school is free for everyone in the United States, which is wonderful. Just so happens the rest of the world has caught up with us, and it's not that crazy exciting that you get free high school education in the United States and then you get slammed because of your race when you're trying to get into even a college, even a lower level college. I'm not even talking about Harvard, which has been like filtering out hundreds of thousands of Asians for decades now. I'm talking about middle level, lower level colleges, the secondary and tertiary levels of colleges. They're all trying to just beat us down, as Asians. I think I was thinking this morning, if Martin Luther King saw the level of discrimination that was applied towards Asians, he would be disgusted. I mean, as I understand from reading all of his speeches, yes, I read all of his speeches, he was against any type of discrimination, for any reason, just like he was against any type of violence for any reason, except for like the ultimate, self-defense, perhaps. He stood up against the Vietnam War. He stood up against police brutality. He stood up against, civil rights activists shooting cops and whatnot. He stood up. I mean, he was against any type of discrimination against blacks, discrimination against the poor. He led the March for Jobs, March Against Poverty into Washington, D.C. That was one of his last great campaigns. And, I support all of that. I've been fighting for that for my entire adult life and even into high school, is for the equality of opportunity of everyone to be, and actually I've been fighting for guaranteed employment for everyone, because I know how underemployment can affect a person's psyche and how it leads to drug use and suicide. And I think that's what happened, unfortunately. I'm out.